Okay. We are back live. Dave Weinbach with another pro women's singles. We got Allyce Jones and Leah Jansen taking center stage here in front of a growing crowd here at the Acrytech Atlanta Open. Of course, Allyce Jones hailing from the Salt Lake City, Utah area. Started to play more singles, is getting more comfortable. Plays doubles with Megan, who is courtside, supporting her. This match will be refereed by certified referee Derek Prince. I call him Big Game Prince because he always does so many of the big gold medal matches. One of the best experienced referees we have. Happy to see him on this match, and here we go. Allyce is serving. Wow, great return by Leah. I mean, that ball not only skids on the line, but had a lot of slice spin, which keeps the ball down. It skids into you, makes it so much more difficult to handle. And that put her in the green light in that point early on. Well played there by Leah to get the first point of the game.
1-0.
This is a winner's bracket match, of course, so this will be 2 out of 3 games to 11. So Leah, after on a quick 2-0 lead here. Oh, terrific court coverage. Allyce thought she had that winner down the line, but Leah anticipating very well in moving to her right. Able to get there in plenty of time. So that gets her to 3-0 here in game 1. And Allyce deciding to stay back. Yeah, very well played there by Allyce. Working really hard on defense, and then was able to turn from a defensive position into an offensive position to get that side out here at 0-3, game 1.
0-3.
PPA, Atlanta Open. Oh, good leave there by Leah.
3-0.
Yeah, Allyce working the point really well there. It's tough because Leah covers the court extremely well. She's one of the best movers that we have. She also has very long arms. So that's a big advantage in pickleball, folks. To have that extra length and that extra reach.
0-3.
I hear from my friends in Utah that Allyce Jones was one heck of a volleyball player in her younger day. I'm assuming she played the whole rotation, but probably was a setter. But she's got some hops too. So super athletic. A rising star on the double side as well. So a name to really watch as we move on here over the next year in pickleball, and that's just too good. I mean, that forehand cross-court roll, I don't think anybody would have had that. we may need to get a ball person in that corner because Allyce Jones is going to get worn out chasing that ball all day.
4-0.
Yeah, good return. Looked like Leah wasn't sure if that was going to come down or not. It just didn't commit to that volley. So Jones going to try to get on the board here, but that is not going to help her cause. So Leah will get the ball back, serving at 4-0 here in game 1 in this best 2 out of 3 games to 11. We'll take a look at the bracket here in a little bit, and we'll see who this winner may potentially face in the next round. She got there. Oh, she went to the left hand, but it's just not going to be good enough. Against someone like Jansen, it's not good enough just to get there and get the ball back. You actually have to do something with it. Yeah, great overhead. That's tough to get the overhead that deep with that much pop on it. Very impressive by Jones. That's a really good return by Leah. I mean, that just puts her in total control of the point, which is why the most important shot in singles is the return of serve, in my opinion. I think the most important shot in doubles is the third shot. I think the most important part in singles is that return of serve, because it sets you up so well to control the point and deny your opponent a point. So Leah with a commanding 5-0 lead here in this first game. And let's see if Jones is okay. I think she's fine. I think when she came up to the kitchen and was cutting hard right and then had to redirect and cut left, her right foot just slipped out from underneath there, but I think she's going to be okay. But a quick timeout, and we'll take our own break. We'll be right back here from the Atlanta Open on the PPA Tour.
Met a few chats, but they all in a rest. Had a few friends, but they suck in the past. I don't even trip when I'm thinking about that. Hopped in a whip and we...
All right, we are back, pickleball friends. Jansen serving to Jones, another backhand cross-court winner. And Leah is just rolling here. It is 7-0, and Allyce Jones is not playing poorly. That's just how good Leah is in singles. She just is relentless. She covers the court so well. Great forehand, great backhand passing shots. Terrific volleyer off both sides. That's going to sail just long. So she's forcing Jones into some errors here. 7-0. And there's another point. So in looking at the bracket, if Jansen advances in this particular match, and it looks like she's in total control, she will take on the winner of Annalie Waters and Anna Bright, which is going to be a great match as well. On the other side of the draw, we got Terashenko taking on Parento next. And then Paris Todd is going to be playing Callie Smith. So a lot of great matchups here in those quarters here on Women's Pro Singles Day in Atlanta. 8-0, game one. Yeah, another great pass there by Leia.
Receiver 9-0. 1 minute.
So with that 9-0 lead, Jones is going to call her second and last time out of the game. And with that, we'll take our own break. Dave Weinbach, PPA Tour staff, Acrytech, Atlanta Open. Stick with us. We are back in game one, women's pro singles. Leia Jansen trying to close this out over Allyce Jones with a commanding 9-0 lead here. So Allyce is going to get the ball back, trying to get on the board. We are up to 88 degrees here in Peachtree Corners, on our way to 91. And there's a freebie point for Jones. Let's see if she can get a few on her side of this scorecard, and that is not going to help her cause. Jones sitting back. And there it is. 11-1 in game one. Leia Jansen took control early, never let off the gas, and just steamrolled game one. She'd love to do that in game two and preserve some energy for this singles bracket day. Dave Weinbach, we are back live here from the Acrytech Atlanta Open. Leia Jansen trying to close out this match. She's got one more game to go. And Allyce Jones wisely lets that go wide. So that'll give her a side out here. See if she can get something going here in game two after Leia just gave her no chance in that first game. That's just too good from Leia. She puts a lot of pressure on you with those ground stroke passing shots. That's just too good. Leia Jansen in total control of her game. If she plays like this, it's going to be really tough to take her out of this bracket. We've seen many times where she advances to that final and takes on Annalie Waters, and we've seen some real epic matches with those two. But I think Catherine Parento, Anna Bright are going to have something to say about that potential final, and that's an easy. Oh, Leia didn't do enough with that. Leia didn't do enough with that. Ernie, I think she thought Allyce wasn't even going to go for it, and she doesn't know Allyce Jones, because Allyce Jones never, ever gives up on a ball. And she has put that body on the court many, many times in her life. You can tell that she has a high-level volleyball background, because in volleyball, you're always diving on the court. Allyce Jones dives all over a pickleball court. Maybe we'll see one of those before this match is over. But she will lay it all out there. getting word that Tyler Loon just won an epic 3-game battle, 11-9 in the third. All right, so Jones gets a side out at 1-2. I'm surprised Jansen let that ball bounce. I would have taken that out of the air and taken time away from Jones and gone cross court. Well, there's another unforced error, so Leia losing a little focus here. Yeah, that's correctly called long. Jones didn't like the call, but I think I saw some blue here, some space there, so I think that was correctly called. And Allyce hits a good return and stays back. And another easy missed backhand dink, and Jansen said, how is this possible? That she could make 2 unforced errors in a row for a backhand volley. It's one of her favorite shots. And Jones realizing that she should have taken that forehand down the line, a little upset in herself that she made the wrong decision there. Yeah, Jones never committed to the shot because she wasn't sure if that ball was in or out. It looked like it was a little out to me, but she didn't call it right away, so you got to play on. That's a really good approach there by Leia. Now she totally controls the point. And missed another easy forehand volley, so she is not happy with her performance so far in game 2. With some of these unforced errors, so we are at 3-3 here. Yeah, correctly recognized to go behind her there. Yeah, Leia had so many options there of what she could have done with that ball.
4-3.
Allyce Jones, such a battler, such a warrior. She'll never, ever give up on a ball or a point. Played some rec games with her in Utah a couple months ago and just was really impressed with not only her skills, but her mentality and her competitive desire. So it's nice to see her relishing her singles experiences.
3-4.
Good hustle, but she's not going to get there. That was 2 bounces. So Jansen will get the ball back here. I'm thinking Leia's very motivated here to take this second game and get off this court. It's 88 degrees and sunny with only a 4-mile-an-hour wind, so it must feel like it's 105 on this court right now. Oh, and it clips the net and goes over. Terrific angle there. Really gave Allyce no chance.
Receiver 6-3, 1 minute.
So with the 6-3 lead, Allyce Jones will take a timeout here in this second game after Leah easily controls game 1. And we'll take our own break here from the Atlanta Open. Be right back, folks. We are back, 6-3 here in game 2. And that's going to sail long. So a good timeout there by Allyce Jones. She's going to have the ball back, serving at 3-6 here, trying to make a push here in game 2. Oh, and she's working so hard. I feel like Leah really has command of these points and is moving Jones side to side, making her work very hard, and that really takes its toll on a player in this heat. Oh, terrific court coverage by all the players. Oh! One of the best points we've seen all day. Both players working so hard in this heat. Great court coverage that ends in a winning backhand volley to get Leah the ball back at 6-3. Great serve.
Second final call for Jorge Quintero, 8-4-15B. Jorge Quintero, 8-4-15B.
Great Ernie move by Leah in seeing that Jones had already committed to going hard to her left. Goes behind her to get her to 7-3 here in game 2. I think Allyce should come in off that return. When you get that return deep in the corner like that, and then you really take control of the point, you want to take advantage of that and move forward.
3-9.
Side out. So Leah is 2 points away from advancing on.
9-3.
9-3, says referee Derek Prince.
Side out. 3-9.
Great hustle there by Jones. She got there, but just a tad late, and the ball got behind her, and that backhand is going to sail wide.
9-3.
So Jansen with the ball back, 2 points away. Such a smart play by Leah, recognizing that Allyce was 2 feet behind the baseline. So she goes for that drop cross-court volley knowing that Jones is going to run it down, but then she's totally out of position for the next ball, which was an easy winner. So when we come back, Leah Jansen will be at match point. Don't go away, folks. Dave Weinbach, PPA, Atlanta Open, Peachtree Corners. Let's go.
So I put it all in that rear view. Clean money in a black whip. Got old problems with a friends new.
We are back live on Pro Men's and Pro Women's Singles Day. The men started at 7:30 a.m. this morning. And here we go. Match point for Leah Jansen. And Jones stays back. Leah in total control of the point and easily finishes it off with that forehand. And Leah Jansen with a dominant display in women's pro singles. So she will advance on. And she will move on. Allyce Jones will move on into the consolation bracket. Leah Jansen will move on into the third round in women's pro singles. The men are now playing their quarterfinal matches on various courts around this incredible venue, the Lifetime Fitness in Peachtree Corners.